Hi. So today I'm going to review the Borah Gear Borahgami shelter. I just received it in the mail a couple days ago, so I haven't gotten a product description written yet, but it was raining, so I wanted to get a setup to show how it would handle the rain, so I better get inside before it rains all over my computer. But here is the basic setup. It's much like a 8x10 flat tarp, except the unique feature, which is the reason that I wanted to get it, is these wings. There's two wings. You can get a configuration of the same side or opposite side setup to give you different options for setting it up. But I like the wings because it kind of protects you from the rain, it keeps the splatter off. It's really just a peace of mind. I know a lot of people use flat tarps and have no problem with the open-ended sides, but it just gives me a peace of mind to have the wings. So I'm gonna get in now that it started to rain and give you a look from the inside of the shelter. Alright, so as you can see, there's plenty of room for one person plus gear, and if you use an alcohol stove like I do, there's plenty of room to cook your meals underneath the shelter in case it's raining. So I made my own kind of windscreen out of aluminum cans, and I bought this at a We Care to save some money. Overall, that's like half a pound. So as you can see, there's plenty of room for me to sit up inside. And it started to rain, so we'll see how it lasts after a few minutes. But it is a 30 denier silnylon tarp. That's what it's made of. It's got 3 pull-out tabs on each side, plus one at the top for your trekking poles or tent poles, and then there's one extra tab at the bottom right here, so you could stake that down and have a better pull. I really like this shelter so far because for only $130 it weighs 13 ounces. With the stuff sack included, on my scale it reads 13.65 ounces. With my stakes, with my ground cloth, and my paracord to use to set it up, the whole thing comes out to be 20 ounces, which is a huge bonus for me. I really like ultralight backpacking, and my old shelter, my flat tarp, weighed by itself almost 2 pounds for an 8x10 shelter. So I've included some pictures along with beneath the video to show you some of the other ways that it can be set up, but primarily I will probably be using it as a simple A-frame to give the most room and decent coverage. Here's the stuff sack included. It's very small. I pack it up, slide it in the mesh pocket, the front mesh pocket of my Gossamer Gear G4. Great frameless pack. So with this included, my base weight right now is under 6 pounds with my big 3 or 4. So I mean, when I put everything together and I threw my pack on, I really almost couldn't even tell that I was wearing my backpack. So I don't know if you can see in the video where the rain is hitting the tarp or not, but I mean it's obviously not, taking on any water, and around the edges, you have adequate protection. The one thing I was concerned with about, and the same with using a flat tarp, is kind of to get washed out. But I think if you set it up in the right area, if you know how to set up your where to set up your shelter, you don't really have to worry about that. And I use the Gossamer Gear ground cloth, which weighs 1.5 ounces, to keep all my stuff dry in case, some water does run under. To give you a perspective of size, I have my regular length ProLite in here, and as you can see, there's still about a foot of room on that side and a couple inches on that side, so I mean, I'd say in total length, you're looking at about 7 to 8 feet. And I'll get the actual measurements posted beneath the video once I finish. I'll measure it out. But yeah, so far I really like this shelter because it has the flat tarp sort of design and weight with that kind of with the wings giving you a little bit more I guess peace of mind about splash and wind, and it should keep some heat in. Of course, it is a single wall shelter, so I mean, to some condensation is to be expected. But I think with the A-frame setup, you won't have to worry about too much of it falling back on your head if you keep it pretty tight, perhaps in the middle. Um, yeah. Also, I really like, if you can see from inside, there are these tabs, and on the outside you could tie some paracord or guy line and stake it out with another pole or another trekking pole. So if you're hiking with a friend and you have, extra trekking poles, why not use them? If you stake this side out on either side, it'll give you substantial, even more substantial room. So I'll continue to review this as I carry this shelter for my 140-mile trip from Chattanooga to Nashville, and I will also be carrying this on the Appalachian Trail in a week or so. So I think to lighten up my total, I'll probably get some new stakes before that trip to get a couple ounces off, and instead of paracord, use some guy line. But I really don't think that'll be an issue. So yeah, thanks for watching.